did a big project over at the Garden Tomorrow a few years ago with TMC folks, one of the leadership cohorts. There was 50-ish people from all over the country here. We did a big project, and I said, hey, look, you gotta make time for Darren to talk, right? So he's got everybody enthralled, and he's kind of at his time. And so he's talking to everyone, and I'm back here, and he's just got everybody enthralled, and then he's kind of 5 minutes over his time, and I'm doing my best to, but he's just rolling. To be like kind of, and then he's 10 minutes over, but he's rolling, and people are loving it. And then, I think he just thought I was doing jumping jacks.
Well, you can just let me know, Gary. Man, look at Dean's like, man,
I've never seen that happen.
Never, right, Dean?
It was a one-time thing.
Right?
It
was a one-time thing. It happened. It did happen once, right? Now, you know what? I just want to say, in all seriousness, I was thinking, Commander, if you guys look at this picture right here, that's an integrated healthcare, 25,000 square feet. The title is called Real Vets Integrated Healthcare Facility and Tiger Mountain Foundation Novel Community Design Campus. The whole idea is that we're going to build it environmentally, climatically smart. We were talking about like different services that are for veterans, and such as we want integrated health to be like even more available. One of the things that I heard today was dental. There could be better dental opportunity. And so we want to take all of this goodwill that's coming our way and all these blessings that are coming our way and help veterans. Commander, I was very fortunate for him to become my partner. And lastly, Sherman, we talked about it. We came from the mud, like literally, my heroes are veterans. And I used to have Army men as a young guy and didn't really even know the significance of having cowboys, Indians, and Army men. But the Army men were just so amazing. It's like, man, who does full metal jacket with the helmet and runs into fire, right? These guys became my heroes even as a young kid. And then when I learned the significance, I was like, okay, I gotta be a service person. So I serve from the community. And I was telling Mr. Steve Claus here that, yeah, Steve Claus, that on every bended knee, I want to, on both bended knees, I want to thank you guys for your service. I want to thank you guys for your service. You are truly my heroes. I couldn't have a better partner, right? Even though he puts me on a time limit on my talks as well. But I couldn't have a better partner who's a veteran, and I'm so honored to work in the community the way we need to serve the way we do, and be a compliment to you guys as best we can to serve you. So thank you guys. Absolutely.
Would you just kind of talk?
It was at one time, I can't think of the name, they changed it like in 2013, R.H. Hamilton. That's what the name previous was. So it was started charted in 1962. The post started on our webpage to give you the whole history, but quickly, the post started in Grand Canyon, somewhere in the area up there. And they kind of moved down here, moved down till they got here, and they the department charted us in 1962. But again, Charles L. Williams was a World War II vet. He did a lot of stuff in the community here. As a black veteran, he him and I think Ragsdale, I think those were the two veterans that was here. They had the good houses and stuff for the Army vets coming out of World War II for the GI Bill and all that kind of stuff, housing. So this actually was two houses at one time. These two areas here was two houses. They built this additional here and a patio later. So again, he donated basically to the post. Again, so at that time, we didn't know who R.H. Hamilton was. That was the biggest thing. Nobody knew who he was. So we kind of looked it up, and we kind of changed the name to somebody who was more prevalent to the post and their family. Because everybody knew Cody Williams or at the time Chief Williams. Cody Williams, that's his dad. Travis Williams is Cody Williams' daddy. And Chief Williams was his wife. So again, their family come in here all the time and stuff. They're very supportive of the post. Again, that's the kind of history of the post, how it came about. Again, we're a big community post. I mean, we do a lot for the community.
Be on my feet. I never was much for run. I'm not a runner. Never could see a point of running. That's why I got out of the Marine Corps. They ran 3 miles, and I only ran 2 miles in their physical fitness test. That's why I changed. That's the only reason. Anyhow, I knew that if I committed, and I told Gary I will be there, that I would be there. And I've been doing that for 2 years now. Being there, because I said I don't do anything else. Wish I could say different. But the only time I get out in public and deal with anybody, other than Denise, who kicks me out of the house because I turn into a drunk, when I shut myself in.
So when you're talking about, don't take things for granted, wealth and family, and like we do have wealth and family within the Mission Continues because you guys know how much work we have had. So much work. We have a 185 unit building for our homeless veterans that we needed help, and we needed family, we needed friends, and we got that. But I'm gonna get teary-eyed because it means so much. Every weekend after weekend, we got garbage cans, we built benches, we cleaned the floors and the rooms, and we put in safety locks on all the windows for the veterans and helped and cleaned, and it's things that we couldn't afford to do because we don't have.
We volunteered the last 4 years. I moved here from Indiana for the job, and one of the first things that I heard, and I'm not making this up, because I was going to be moving out here, I talked with our HR person, and she literally said, she was kind of this side of the valley, she said, South Phoenix, basically stay away. That was one of the first things that I heard, and I really knew not much else about the Phoenix Valley, but that was one of the first things I heard. Then being involved in the justice system, and one of the great things about TMC was, one of the things that they wanted leadership to do was help dispel a lot of the negative narratives that there are about under-resourced communities. And the South Phoenix, a lot of those negative narratives are it's drugs, it's guns, it's gangs, it's violence, it's poverty. It's stay away. It's just bad things. That's on the news, and that's what people hear. And being in the justice system and coming in and seeing people a lot of times in their worst moments, I'll admit, I got to seeing those narratives as true, because that was a lot of just what I saw. So when I came back here with TMC 4-ish years ago in a different capacity, and meeting people like Darren and some of the other folks, our other community partners, in the very same neighborhoods where I used to come do searches, come do arrests, do home visits, I started seeing the people, and Darren grew up here, and the Rodneys and those folks that grew up here, for me, was seeing the people and the very same neighborhoods in a very different light. There are those things here in South Phoenix. There are those social ills, but there is so much good here, good people and good things going on that a lot of people don't hear about. And so my time so for me personally, that's been fantastic. And then as a leader, it's been super fulfilling to create these opportunities, whether it's with Tiger Mountain Foundation or Empower Ranch or the Audubon Society, whoever it is here in South Phoenix, create the opportunities for people to come from all over the valley to this place where the narratives are stay away or be super careful, and come here and hopefully have a good experience. And I think for the very most part with our projects we have. And so for me as a leader, that's been very fulfilling, to create those opportunities with community partners for people to come here and go, wow, okay, that was fun. Let me go back, and this is my web theory. Now let me go back to Glendale, to Scottsdale, to Goodyear, to Chandler, and say, yeah, I went there and we worked with this and these people, and it was great. And we create these strands from here back to home, and then to other people and other organizations. And then through that way, I think we can really strengthen the big community here, right? Our near community where we live, and then the far communities where we before we go and volunteer. So that's been some of the joy of TMC for me. Most of you know I'm not super handy. So when it comes to, I know, Delene is shocked. She still thinks I'm super handy, right? But it's being able to have those kind of experiences personally and then as a leader for others has been super fulfilling for me. So I'm sad to see TMC go. It'll always live in my heart here. And we'll all keep on doing what we're doing, and I've got plenty of blue shirts, so I'll still wear them around. So on that note, like I said, we don't have to be done, but I mean, unless anybody's got any other story to share, that's my experience. I'm super grateful for TMC and to meet everybody here, and you know, I'm leaving my TMC time a much better human being and a much better person.
So wait, we're not volunteers.
Sort of aware that the Travis Lane Foundation and the Mission Continues has merged as of September 2nd. Which means even though the Mission Continues is going to be merging with Travis Manion, just because the Mission Continues is technically dispersing, the spirit of the mission is not dispersing. Okay, because what a lot of people don't realize, the person who started the Mission Continues was actually part of the same platoon, Marine platoon, as Travis Manion. All right, so when he wanted to start the Mission Continues, he actually went to Travis Manion, his family, to get ideas about how to start a service organization. So now, in actuality, both organizations were already connected in one way or another. I've actually had the honor of serving on both sides. I was